So we said that the election just flipped on its head. That's the promise of the stream. I'm going to explain why. Let me bring up this. I took a poll from July. Not enough. Not enough has changed in the polls to warrant making this again. The numbers are around the same, give or take a couple seats in either direction. And so, okay, so yeah, so now Freedom to Government is saying, I'm thinking about Erdogan's new party, maybe Lieberman. And I said that, so this is 120, but there are things that are not present in this slide, namely the Unity Party. And this was before two such, you had one at the time, but someone who's highly unpopular, using the Unity ticket. Now we have three parties. We have you have the left-leaning Unity Party that is, it's for unity if neither side has the necessary number of seats, but if one of them, but if the left-wing side, or I mean it's a blended side, it has both right and left-wing parties, but if that side gets the along with the Unity Party, let's say they get 4 seats, and the other side, so in Israeli parliament you have 120 seats, and you need 61 to form a coalition. And so let's say the blue side that you can see here, that's like the left-leaning side, quote unquote. It's not really like, this is the only actual left-wing party in it. This is center-left, and these two are right-wing. If they manage to get, along with this left-leaning Unity Party, they manage to get 61, then they're going to form a government that way. But if they don't, then they're going to force a unity government. But they are willing to have a one-sided government, like what's called a narrow government. That's not like the two largest parties plus extra parties. The center party was like, no way. Whatever it takes, we're gonna force a unity government. That's like our ticket. That's our promise to our voter base. And now the right-wing Unity Party essentially is promising the same thing. It's called Achdut, literally meaning unity. And it has former people from Likud. And generally, like, it's explicitly a right-wing party that's calling for unity. That's the ticket. And because, so before they ran, the left-wing party, which was the only real viable party, got like between 4 and 5 seats in the polls. But it very consistently passed the threshold. Now that these guys are running, a lot of the people who voted for them out of, like, by default, because they were the only real party, because again the other one that was already existed is just not popular at all, like the person in charge of it. So they got some people by default, but now because we have another party joining the mix, the right-wing party, that all things considered, ideally, like, that's the one I would vote for. But I'm not going to have to make that choice, because now they're all underwater. Now no one gets to the 4-seat threshold. And as a result, what's going to happen, there might be one other unity party starting up. I lean towards no. So there's 2 actors that still need to get aligned. One is Ayelet Shaked, a former partner of Naftali Bennett's, and the other is Sharon Eskel. But Sharon Eskel has apparently lied under oath and has really tanked her odds. She did a really dumb thing, and so I don't know. She might be like a liability at this point. Okay, so so what's going to happen now is they're all underwater. If all 3 are running, there's no way any of them passed through the threshold, and they all know it. So now they're trying to see who's going to lead in the polls, like who's going to be the closest, to see who's justified to be the leader once they do unify into one party. But when they unify, I predict between eight seats would be like my conservative estimate. And once that happens, the election is essentially settled, with the main question being who's going to be the prime minister. So it's probably going to be between these two, although if you remember, I said that Naftali Bennett, I predicted his downfall because his campaign is incoherent. He's actually now starting to do a lot of things right. He essentially siphoned Lapid, put him to the side. Lapid was a left-wing party or a center left-wing party, and now they joined forces. And apparently, Lapid sort of conned him into it, saying that he's close to closing a deal with Eisenkot, and that wasn't true. Okay, let me. So Naftali Bennett is rising, but at the end of the day, I think it's going to be between Eisenkot and Netanyahu, and either I'm not sure if it's whoever is bigger or whoever has more supporters. If it's whoever has more supporters, then it's neck and neck. If it's whoever's bigger, that's also neck and neck. Just from a different perspective. But either way, the next government is probably going to be this unity party plus these 4 blue parties and Likud. And maybe Smotrich, but I doubt it. And it's a bit misleading because it looks like, well, this would be a majority left-wing government. Because look, these are all the anti-Netanyahu bloc. But it's important to remember that both Bennett and Lieberman are very much right-wingers in their positions with regards to security and so on. They will not go for a Palestinian state and a bunch of stuff like that. They did form a government with Mansour Abbas, who's the head of the Ram party, which is essentially the Muslim Brotherhood in Israel. But it was Netanyahu would have also formed a government with Abbas. Abbas was really positioning himself as a pro-peace figure that is trying to distance himself from the Muslim Brotherhood past. Nowadays, people are more suspicious of him, but at the time, it wasn't that obvious. The people on the right, Smotrich, for example, Smotrich was the only one who said no way. The reason there wasn't a right-wing government with Mansour Abbas is because Smotrich said no way, I'm not putting him in the government. Even Ben Gvir apparently was for it.